Hey guys, so this is a little bit sooner than I expected. What I thought I would do is I am focusing on Super Tarts, Front Porch, and what's my third? Oh, Scentsy as my wax picks for the next couple of, probably like the next month. I've been warming through, I started with Super Tarts first, and I feel like I have, I don't know, I've got a few in here. You can see my notes. I've been keeping notes on top, so I thought I had a good little mix. I thought doing the smaller videos would be nicer because I know back in the day, my random favorite things she would list every scent, and if you wanted to, you could go in the search bar and you could search out Super Tarts, the Omen or something, and see if she had it, like a review on it. So I thought what I would do is with a smaller list, I could put in my down bar Super Tarts. Oh, let's see, what am I going to talk about today? Beetlejuice, I think I have, Jaws, Chrissies Remains. I could put them in the down bar, and so if you want to know what, like, a review or hear, you know, maybe what the dominant scent notes are or what I, you know, got out of it, you could just easily search it. So I thought instead of doing a huge list, which is very time consuming, a smaller list would be a lot better. So I did take notes, very sloppy notes. I'm going to move this out of the way down here. It's not a very good container either because it's not very big. So the first one I melted yesterday, and this is Mr. Myers. And this is from Halloween, and you can tell it is really old. I think I got this, I feel like I got this from a swap or something because there's a date on there, and I don't write dates on it. But I love her designs that she's doing now. I think she may have even changed them again, but she's really streamlining her stuff now. So Mr. Myers is a blend of Leaves, Fireside, and Vanilla Bean Noel. Now, they're on her website, excuse me, on her website, she's a little bit more descriptive. I just wrote down like the main notes because I didn't feel like, I was lazy and didn't feel like writing the whole, you know, like descriptive words. So I just put Leaves, Fireside, and Vanilla Bean Noel. So what I wrote down on this is I got mostly like a creamy leaf scent. Well, actually, let me just say this. Okay. Let me start over. I'm going to read my notes off, and they're just like these little sporadic thoughts. So when I first started warming this, the Leaves and the Fireside is very strong, almost too strong for me, to the point where I was like, this might be headache inducing. It was okay though. So the Leaves, I don't know if it's a Bath and Body Works dupe, but I mean, I have a little bit of familiar, I have smelled the Leaves from Bath and Body Works, but I don't know if it's in this blend or not. I can't tell. Fireside is your typical Fireside scent. That comes out in here as well. So those two notes were like strongest from the very beginning. As you kind of let it, as the Leaves and the Fireside kind of mellow out a little bit, you really get this creaminess of, it's just like a creamy Leaves, creamy Fireside. I think the Vanilla Bean Noel is probably what kind of creams it out a little bit, but I have on my notes here, super creamy, strong throw. It's like a creamy Leaves and Fireside scent. It is just so, so good. And when I smell it, yes, I just love this one. So this one I got at Halloween time. I'd love to see it come back soon. That one is good. So I'm going to set that there so the camera will focus on something. Miracle on 34th Street. I'm going to need to look this one up really quick. I have her scent list pulled up here. I know I like this one. I just need to see what it is. I remember it being really creamy as well. Something about, and I've said this in videos before, but when she creams stuff, it is like, it just perfects the scent. It's like a super creamy scent. She knows how to do that. Okay, Miracle on 34th Street. Okay, so this is another leaf scent. This is fresh fallen leaves and creamy pumpkin pie topped with toasted marshmallows. Now, this one was warmed a while ago. I just happened to find it in my stash, so that's why the description on this is not going to be really clear. But see, now I can smell the leaves that I smell in the Mr. Myers in the Miracle on 34th Street, but it's not as dominant. But it's definitely there. It's like, it's kind of got the creamy aspect of Mr. Myers. I can smell this, a little bit of spiciness from the pumpkin pie. And that's it. I'm not really getting a marshmallow scent. Maybe the marshmallows is what creams it out a little bit. Maybe the creamy pumpkin pie. Okay, let's see. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is apple butter, oatmeal cookies, icing, and buttermilk pancakes. So mostly what I got from this one is just a spicy apple. Why do I have Scentsy written on there? So anyways, this is apple butter, oatmeal cookies, icing, and buttermilk pancakes. So mostly what I got from this is a spiced apple. I mean, that's truly what it smells like. It just smells like if you had apples and then you put like some spices on there. That's mostly what I get, yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that one because that's all I really get. I remember I didn't really enjoy this one that much just because I'm not real big on like super spicy things, and that one to me has a lot of spice going on. Not cinnamon as much, I don't think. Okay, Stay Puft. Sorry, I meant to take that off before. Okay, so Stay Puft is marshmallow fluff, strawberry rock candies, and I think it was like blueberry something. I didn't write it down. Like I said, I was being lazy with it. By the way, all of these threw really well and strong, so no complaints there. So now, okay, Stay Puft. Now in the clamshell, it smells pretty good. When I got it warming, though, for some reason I was getting like a Play-Doh, and I hate using that word, but that's like the best thing I can think of. There was kind of an off note about this, and I was talking to someone, I won't say their name to keep them anonymous, but they were saying that they felt like Brandy's marshmallow kind of had that undertone, like a Play-Doh undertone or some sort of undertone. What I was thinking of was like a Play-Doh. That's the best I can equate it to. I couldn't really think of what else you would call it. So it wasn't too bad, but I did not enjoy it, and I probably wouldn't get it again. Now I did test this in my daughter's Scentsy warmer, and for some reason in there I didn't smell the Play-Doh smell as much. So I'm sort of wondering if the Scentsy warmer, kind of, since it's a lower wattage warmer, if it takes a little bit longer for the scent to kind of come out, because I wasn't really smelling that Play-Doh scent as much. So I really don't know how to describe this one because it was hard for me to smell. I could smell kind of the strawberry rock candies, you know, were lighter, but it was mostly marshmallow that I could smell, and then that undertone. Yeah, so this one would not be a repurchase for me. I have one cube in there. I'm thinking about maybe just throwing it away. Oh, it was really cute on the bottom though. She put these little like sparkle, I think it was like sparkle red. It had glitter red in there and some blue. So it was really pretty, but I'm thinking I might just trash that last little. Okay, let's talk about Jaws. This one is really complex, and I was trying to think, how am I going to describe this? This is sea salt, fresh air, seagrass, plum, and pear. And now, like I said, she's got more of a descriptive, description on her scent list. But oh, so far in all of these through probably, I usually let my stuff warm for like 5 to 6 hours, and it all went pretty good. Like I said on that, what was it? Mr. Myers, you can, after a little bit, you can kind of tell the scent is dissipating a little bit, but it kind of just makes it better, but it's still like very prominent in the room. Like I could still smell, you know, I could still smell the scent. It was just kind of blending a little bit, like the leaves and the fireside were kind of mellowing out a little bit, but it was still there, but you know, still strong. So this one, for some reason, I have on here, it went for about 3 hours. It was like a lighter scent to me. So sea salt, fresh air, seagrass, plum, and pear. Now, plum and pear might scare some of you guys, but I really don't get, like, I don't think of plums and pears when I smell this one. So let me just sniff it in here. So now, I think the sea salt is pretty strong, the fresh air. I feel like I can kind of smell a little bit of pear, but it's not like a fresh pear scent that you would get, you know, straight up. Yeah, I think I can smell pear in there. This one's just really good. If you like spa, if you like clean and fresh, this is a good one. This is just really good. Yeah, like I said though, I mean, I warmed it and then I felt like it just kind of died on me a little bit. It was still there, but it was very light. So, but I did, and to be fair, usually in this room, I would do 2 scent shots, one in one warmer and one in my connecting room, because it's kind of a bigger area and the scent, like I need more, you know what I mean? Like these other ones here, like especially Mr. Meyer's, I put 2 cubes in one warmer and then 1 cube in my back warmer in my dining room there, so that the rooms all connect, so it was kind of flowing. So maybe that's why that one was a little bit lighter, but just for in here. Okay, and on that note, I'll talk about Chrissies Remains. I just warmed this yesterday, and this is Jaws and cotton candy. Cotton candy or cotton candy frosting, something, cotton candy. And this one was really good as well. For some reason, the Jaws was really strong in this one, and I was having trouble smelling the cotton candy. I was really like honing in to the scent. I was like, okay, can I really smell that cotton candy? And it was weird. I was getting mostly a strong Jaws, and then when I went over to the warmer, I could smell the cotton candy. And then when I went in the kitchen, I was warming this in my living room. When I went in the kitchen, I could smell the cotton candy. So it's kind of weird how scents kind of like float around the room, you know, because over here, I was sitting on the couch and my warmer's on by the TV, so it's, you know, straight across, and I was smelling mostly Jaws. And then as I kind of like lingered on over, I could smell the cotton candy really well. So it was, you know, probably next time I warm this, I have a scoopable, I think, in cotton candy from Tiffany's, and I think I'm going to throw just a little smidge in there just to give it more of the cotton candy scent that I was looking for in that one. So let's move those there. Okay, next up is Family Stone. So I think I had 3 cubes of this, and I warmed it in my living room, so I did 2 in my living room and then 1 over in my dining room, the connecting room. And this is cinnamon glazed vanilla beans. So what I wrote down on this one is it was a creamy vanilla, and I put the cinnamon. I know a lot of people like to know like what the cinnamon content is. I would say it's about a 4. The cinnamon's not super dominant in here. It's just like a creamy vanilla with a hint of cinnamon. Yeah, that vanilla, I really like that vanilla scent in there as well. This one, you know, like some of these, I haven't really talked about which ones would be repurchases. I would for sure repurchase Miracle on 34th. I would for sure repurchase Jaws, which I did in her last restock. Mr. Meyer's for sure. Chrissies Remains, you know, I don't know. I'm going to have to I have another scent shot, so I'm going to have to add a little bit of cotton candy in there to see. I mean, it's Jaws. I like Jaws, so I probably would. Family Stone, it's a maybe. I know there's some people that love this one. I do like it too, but there's other ones that I like better. I mean, and I think that's like a Christmas scent, so we'll see when the restock comes around. Okay, the Grinch, let me find this is an older one too that I had warmed a while ago. But I remember it's not very complicated, I don't think. Grinch. Oh yeah, Grinch. Yeah, this one was. It's Toffee Apple Crunch, Spicy Cinnamon Donuts, and Toasted Hazelnuts topped off with a dollop of sweet buttercream. This one I remember it just smelled like toffee apples to me when I warmed it. This is from a while ago, so, you know, I can't be like real thorough on it, but I just remember toffee apples being the prominent notes on that. Okay, I'm gonna wait on that one last. Okay, so this next one is Once Upon a Time, and this one is Serendipity Ice Cream Scoop Bread and Marshmallows. So again on this one, so when I first put it in, I'm not really familiar with Serendipity, but I get a distinct sweet Play-Doh note in this one. When I first put it in my warmer, I used it in my kitchen, and I cut it in half, and I put 1/2 in one warmer, 1/2 in the other. I always kind of warm kind of heavy in my kitchen. 'cause it's not like closed off or anything, it's kind of open. So the ice cream scoop bread, when I could smell it, smelled really good. I really enjoyed the ice cream scoop bread. Serendipity, not sure what that scent is standalone, so I can't comment on that one, but it has marshmallow in it, so I think that marshmallow was giving it that weird undertone again. So, but when I could smell the ice cream scoop bread, it was good, but then it would get overpowered by the Play-Doh, and it's kind of a medium throw as well. And it was weird. It was like when I was in my living room, I could kind of smell the ice cream scoop bread a little bit more. And then when I walked into my kitchen, I could kind of get that Play-Doh scent a little bit more. So this would not be a reorder for me. Yeah, it smells so good in this little cup, but when you warm it, it just takes on kind of, you know, that weird undertone. So snow was a surprise out of the bunch. So I do not, let's see where, oh, I do not like spearmint. So this is spearmint and Mac apple, I believe. And so when I first warmed it, that spearmint scent, I didn't think I was going to be able to take it. I was like, I don't know. But after a little bit, the Macintosh apple really kind of comes out, and they kind of mingle together in this nice little harmony of just really good spearmint and apple scents. So this one lasted about 5 hours. I mean, it went strong for a long time. I wonder if I would have let it go longer, because a lighter spearmint would have been really nice too with that apple. But when you smell it in the cup, you really get that spearmint, but if you warm it for a little bit, the apple really starts to come out after a little bit. I did reorder some more in the restock because I was surprised at how much I really enjoyed the spearmints. Okay, so I had a few cubes of A Christmas Story. I'm just going to be honest. I'm kind of sick of hot orange Danish scents. I don't know. I'm just tired of them. But this one, on the other hand, is not super heavy on orange Danish. So this is orange Danish, flaky pie crust, cinnamon, and sweet cream, I think is the correct scent description. So this is like your typical orange Danish, except it's not as heavy as normal orange Danish scents are. Like, I feel like the orange is a little bit less prominent, and you can really get that bakery pie crust scent better. So the cinnamon scale on this one, I would say, is a 3. It wasn't, you know, really strong to my nose. Let me just, yeah, she really blended this one good. It's not like if you ordered just straight orange Danish from a vendor, you know, it's not that super heavy orange scent. So that's one thing I do like, but I'm kind of over the orange Danish scents, and this one would probably not be a reorder for me. And then the last one is P.F. Chang's, and I have this one going in my warmers now. Love this scent. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to butcher this. So this is some sort of, I hate to even try to pronounce this, arugula cookies, a hint of cinnamon. I think it's challah bread. I think that's how you pronounce it. And buttery brown sugar, I think is what that is. So I looked up what the arugula, or however you pronounce it, arugula, I don't know, cookies, and it's some sort of cream cheese. Let's see, I had it on my phone. It's some sort of cream cheese cookie. Let me see if I have it pulled up here on my phone. Pretty sure I do. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it is, okay, so the dough is made from sour cream or cream cheese, and the filling is any of raisins, walnuts, cinnamon, chocolate, marzipan, poppy seed, or fruit preserves. So I don't know, I just mostly thought of cookies when I smelled this. No, that's not the scent, but you know, when I was looking for the cookie note, I just thought of like a sugar cookie. So if that helps. Cinnamon is not very prominent. I would say on a scale, like on a scale of 1 to 10, the cinnamon's probably like a 1 or a 2. Not, you know, it's not prominent at all to me. The challah bread gives it this like doughy, it almost smells like raw dough, just a smidge, I feel like. And the buttery brown sugar is just slightly there as well. It's really hard to describe this scent, but I almost get a crispy cookie smell. And I know that sounds weird, but it's almost like if you were to put your cookies in the oven and you were just to pull them out just as they were starting to get crunchy around the sides, that's almost kind of what I smell. So yeah, this one's so, so good. I wish I could describe it better. I wish I could figure out what it is that I'm smelling. It's kind of like a bread note. A sweet bread. Like I said, the cinnamon is not prominent at all. And then when it kind of dies down a little bit, I noticed, because I've melted this twice, I noticed when I was kind of letting it melt down and kind of let the scent just fade away out on its own, that you could really kind of smell the brown sugar a little bit too. So I think that's it. I think that's all that I got through for this week. I thought it'd be better just to do the smaller amounts, so that way I could really remember what it was that I was smelling in my impressions and all of that. Oh, by the way, the P.F. Chang's goes, I actually probably did it for about 5 or 6 hours and it was still going pretty strong. Okay, that is it. Like I said, I will be putting the names of each clamshell that I reviewed here in the down bar, so if you ever go to search for a scent, you can come back, or you know, if you want to come back or shout a scent and see what I thought of it, then you can do that really easy. So that is it, and I will see you guys later. I think I'm gonna do I don't know if people like these or not. I'm gonna do a bath and body empties. I have some Lush and some Super Tarts and Bathing Garden. So yeah, okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.